G'day Epics, it's Adam. I'm trying something new. This style of review allows you to read along with me. I'll break up the books into quarters and review it every week for a month or as close as I can get. I've got kids. I feel like this will be an interesting way we can collectively enjoy books and also introduce books to you. To kick off this series, we're going to dive into Empire of the Damned. Empire of the Damned is written by an Aussie author, Jay Kristoff. Jay has delved into both science fiction and fantasy. His book, Empire of the Vampire, was recommended by a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and I'm glad I followed up. Empire of the Vampire is a fantastic book. Empire of the Damned is a follow-on from Empire of the Vampire, which is an interesting and new look into vampires and the lore around them. I'm excited to get back into the gore, depravity, and hopelessness of this world to see how I get chewed up and spat out the other end. So I've divided the book into quarters. This means that I'll review it every 160-ish pages. In the first quarter, Jay recapped the previous book. He summarized the main characters and what had happened. This was a really nice touch, and it sent me straight back into the realm of what happened in the previous book. The opening scene deep dives into two people deep diving into each other, literally. What a way to start a book. It has now caught my attention. Celine takes center stage, and we find out much more about the unknown fifth group of vampires, Asana or Asani or the Faithful or whatever it is. These vampires are somehow tied to the faith in their own way, and may have been around and involved when the Redeemer found himself on the fun wheel. This fifth group of vampires eat other vampires to dust, it would seem. We find this out when Celine ate a strong vampire in the middle of a fight. Needless to say, it was freaking shocking and amazing and totally opened up my thinking about this old but newly introduced style of vampire. I love the potential they bring to the story. We start to follow the trail of finding an ancient who might know what to do with Dior, a descendant of the Redeemer. We also find out the origins of the faithful and why they are hated so much by other vampires. I mean, yeah, they started eating all the vampires and then turned it into a way to be faithful to God. The Thor cartwheels are hilarious here. There are now hints in the book that the vampires are going to destroy themselves by drinking all of the blood in the world and slowly killing themselves off. I mean, it is an eventuality. Also, on a much different note, my spidey senses are tingling. Has Gabriel seen the next steps of the restructure of the hierarchy after the Forever King found out that he wasn't so forever anymore? Thus, old Gabs has planted himself in a position where he can get access to multiple ancient and the elders of the bloodlines. I mean, man, I would love this to be so. Maybe he isn't so doomed after all. Or could it be that he is devoured? I'm just thinking now of him getting devoured. Maybe he has the old fun wheel Redeemer's blood in him. And if he's drunk by the other vampires, maybe they die. I'm super excited to see how this plays out. How good was the almost anime-style entry of the three Devok blood vampires who came sauntering out of the Castle Aveline? Oh my god, what a horrific scene, and the size of the weapons. Wow, I loved that entrance. It was amazing. Also, I want to know Ash Drinker's origin story. I'm really into this half-drunk blade, and it's almost surrendered to captivity thinking / voice. Every time Ash Drinker comes out in the story, I want to know more, but it's always just tantalizingly out of reach. What is interesting to me is that having faith in something is powerful. It's not just faith in the Redeemer or God that gives the character power, but faith in general. Also, the faith changes colours to almost represent the type of faith being channeled. For example, red represents faith in a person, and white light represents God. I feel like this is opening up the story for other creative ways to kill the damned. And yeah, page 88, the illustration of the dust dancer, god damn. I think I need one in my life. I also think my wife will have strong words with me, though. That's going to be troubling. To close this off, the first quarter has seen a lot of world building with some good action, and I'm keen to find out more about what is going on. I'm excited about the lore. We're now finding out what the faithful are capable of. There are new characters that have been hinted at previously. Gabriel is still totally nuts and an asshole, and I love it. So that's the end of the first quarter. Thank you for listening. If you wish to help me continue to make these for you, please sign up to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Mostly Epic Fantasy, or just search for Mostly Epic Fantasy. It's a small amount of $5, which I'll use to buy more books and pay for equipment and fees. You can also try it for 7 days to see if it's for you. I can also be found on Facebook, so it's facebook.com/Mostly Epic Fantasy, or just search for it. I frequent that one the most out of all the social media sites. I know, I'm old. All right, thank you very much for your time. See ya.